The year is 1702. New York City, no longer the Dutch outpost of New Amsterdam but a bustling English colonial port, pulses with life. Its harbor teems with vessels, merchantmen arriving with goods from Europe and the Caribbean, coastal traders linking the colonies, perhaps even warships, as Queen Anne's War casts long shadows across the Atlantic. The sea is the city's lifeblood, a source of immense wealth, but also of profound mystery and sudden danger. And sometimes, just sometimes, the sea offers glimpses into the truly inexplicable. Imagine a particular evening in or around 1702. Dusk settles over the harbor. Lanterns begin to glow along the docks and aboard the anchored ships. Out near the harbor entrance, perhaps silhouetted against the fading light over Staten Island or the Narrows, a ship is observed. Not an unfamiliar sight, yet perhaps something about this vessel catches the eye. Details are hazy, filtered through time and retelling, but witnesses later claim to have seen it clearly: a sailing ship, maybe a brigantine or a merchantman, riding anchor or perhaps slowly making way. Its lights were visible, suggesting a crew aboard, going about their evening routines. Nothing overtly alarming, just another vessel waiting for the morning tide or perhaps seeking shelter. Taverns along the waterfront buzzed with sailors exchanging tales, merchants finalizing deals. Dockworkers secured lines, watchmen began their rounds. The city prepared for the night, the newly observed ship just another part of the maritime tapestry. There were no reported storms that evening, no unusual weather phenomena noted in official logs. The waters were relatively calm. The ship simply was. But when dawn broke over New York Harbor, painting the sky with the promise of a new day, something was wrong. I scanning the waters, expecting to see the ship from the previous evening preparing to sail or weigh anchor, found nothing. An empty expanse of water where the vessel had been. It hadn't docked during the night, harbor masters and dock officials confirmed no such arrival. It hadn't sailed past lookout points further up the river. It had simply vanished. A disappearance near a busy port is strange, but not impossible. Ships could slip anchor and drift, run aground silently, or depart under cover of darkness. But the completeness of this vanishing was baffling. A thorough search of the harbor and its approaches revealed no wreckage. No floating debris, no splintered timbers, no cargo, no telltale signs of a maritime disaster. No bodies washed ashore. No distress signals had been seen or heard, no cannon shots, no flares, no frantic cries carried on the night air. It was as if the ship, and everyone aboard, had ceased to exist. Confusion quickly turned to speculation, and speculation spiraled into rumor and folklore. What could explain such an impossible disappearance? The rational mind searched for answers. Could pirates, lurking just outside the harbor's reach, have silently boarded the vessel, subdued the crew, and sailed it away under the cloak of darkness? Piracy was certainly a real threat during Queen Anne's War. Privateers, essentially legalized pirates attacking enemy shipping, also roamed the seas. Perhaps the ship belonged to an enemy nation, French or Spanish, and was captured by vigilant English forces or privateers who wanted no record of the encounter. Or could it have been on a secret mission, its departure deliberately obscured, its records expunged? But these explanations, while plausible, didn't quite satisfy everyone, especially given the utter lack of any trace. If captured, why abandon it so close to port without scuttling it properly or taking it as a prize? A silent drift seems unlikely for a manned vessel. A sudden, catastrophic sinking in the relatively sheltered waters near the harbor entrance, leaving absolutely no debris, strained credulity. And so, darker, more supernatural theories took root in the minds of the port's inhabitants. Was it a phantom ship? An apparition doomed to sail the seas forever, appearing only to vanish again? Tales of ghost ships, like the legendary Flying Dutchman, were potent folklore among sailors facing the vast, often terrifying ocean. Could this have been New York's own spectral visitor? Was it an omen, a harbinger of misfortune for the city or those who witnessed it? Some might have whispered of sea monsters, of krakens dragging ships into the abyss, though such tales were usually confined to the deep ocean, not the approaches to a major harbor. the identity of the ship itself adds another layer of mystery. Was it a known local trader, whose absence would be quickly noted and mourned? Or was it a foreign vessel, unfamiliar to the port, making its crew and origins even harder to trace? Records from 1702 are incomplete. The name of the vanished ship, if it was ever widely known, has dissolved into the mists of time, becoming simply the ghost ship. Generations passed. The story became a local legend, recounted in waterfront taverns, a piece of New York's maritime folklore. A cautionary tale about the unpredictable nature of the sea, or perhaps a genuine brush with the unexplained. Without wreckage, without survivors, without even a confirmed name for the vessel, the event remains suspended between historical possibility and maritime myth. What really happened to that ship sighted near New York Harbor around 1702? Did it fall prey to human predators, succumb to a freak natural event leaving no trace, or was it truly something otherworldly, a vessel that sailed out of reality as mysteriously as it appeared? Like so many secrets swallowed by the waves, the fate of New York's phantom ship remains an enduring maritime enigma, lost in the fog of history.